Deluis Rakauskas was a friend of mine. Deluis Rakauskas just turned 35, and I was told last week that Delius had died. Deluis Rakauskas. Born in Lithuania, Delius told me. Grew up in Vilnius, the capital city. He said that it was beautiful and that he was sad to leave. Deluis Rakauskas. Born to a generation whose grandparents had their say. Tired of occupation, they formed the Baltic Way, a peace protest that provided Independence Day. And Deluis Rakauskas. But years of oppression and exploitation left their mark. And 54 years later, Delius was born a part of a changing nation, but still carrying the dark. Deluis Rakauskas. Went to school there and did what he had to do. He wasn't the best, but did enough to see him through. Trusted as a young man by all of those he knew. Deluis Rakauskas. Offered an apprenticeship learning to cut stone. 5 years reputation, then started on his own. Continued to work while still living there at home. Deluis Rakauskas. Gave money to his parents, and what he could he saved. But like so many others, he thought about the day when he'd follow friends with young minds to move away. Deluis Rakauskas. A European Union citizen since 2004. Delius moved west through that open door. Followed friends to Dublin on Ireland's eastern shore. Went Deluis Rakauskas. Settled west in Carlow, working wood and turning stone. Life, he said, was good there. 3 years his home. From 25 to 28, this young man had grown. Deluis Rakauskas. Friends moved on to London, and Delius went too. Our carpenter met Debbie, and they married soon. The carpenter turned carer, Debbie's health did ask of you. Deluis Rakauskas. Cooked, cleaned and organised the home Delius kept. Together with a puppy, the three of them slept. The stars above them turning 2 years before the death of Debbie Rakauskas. Depression came to Delius, almost everything was gone. With no carer's allowance or advice, you don't have long before eviction, with nowhere to move on. Deluis Rakauskas. Homelessness is real, it can happen to us all. When life becomes unbearable and you come to fall through the gaps in policy that take you to the wall. Like Deluis Rakauskas. In 1824, Parliament passed the Vagrancy Act. For those who are idle, 200 years and still intact. Not the problem, but a product of it, but try explaining that. Imprisoned, Deluis Rakauskas. 3 months on, released, Delius came to see me. Finally, accommodation and a place that he could be. He told me this story while we wrote his CV. Deluis Rakauskas. He made a friend and took a trip to Bournemouth on the coast. Spent his 35th birthday feeling there was hope. But then Delius had an accident that cut his arm too close. Deluis Rakauskas. With a probation appointment for the crime of having need. Delius and friend drove back bandaging the bleed. And all I know is A&E did all they could to treat. Deluis Rakauskas. The life of an immigrant like seeds upon the wind. Across the border, a new life to begin. Success depends on prejudice and love received therein. Deluis Rakauskas. Poverty means nothing in a system that can't see. People over profit, claiming inequality, is something that's essential while there's bodies on the streets. Like Deluis Rakauskas. Here's to your memory, my marginalized friend. Here's to your resilience and comfort in the end. Know there are many of us who will live to make amends for names like yours, Delius Rakauskas.